So welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to talk about what my workflow is. Okay, on a daily basis. Okay, so usually I'll wake up. It varies day by day because sometimes I'll drink a lot of coffee and it's hard for me to sleep. So I'll wake up a little bit late. But most of the time I wake up around 5 to 6, sometimes a little bit early. Sometimes I've woken up at 12 o'clock before and just said, well, I'm already awake. I might as well work. Okay, so. But most of the time, I wake up 5 to 6. I'll say probably 60% of the time it's about 6, and then I'll just watch YouTube videos. That gets my mind moving a little bit. Of course, after I brush my teeth and all that stuff. Um, but I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and for the main reason that uh, I'll want to get my mind flowing, my mind moving, and understand what's going on. Because a lot of times I wake up, and I'm sure you guys are the same probably, to where you'll wake up and you don't know what's going on in the world. You have no idea. I'm like that. It's hard for me to wake up. So I'll do that and probably watch maybe 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the day. But I've learned, though, as time progresses, that it's always good. And I heard this from somebody saying that just work on something that's harder than what you should be doing at that time, or more difficult than, I don't like the word harder, but more difficult than what you should be doing at that time to get your mind going. And that's worked out for me as well. If I do that, the earlier I do that, the faster my brain starts to process what's actually going on, and I'm in a better flow in the morning. And I feel like if I can get more done between the time I wake up and 12 o'clock, I've accomplished a lot more for some reason. I don't know why that I feel that way, but I do, than I do after 12. It may or may not be true, but that's the way I feel. Okay, so I watch YouTube videos for maybe 30 minutes to an hour. You may think that's a waste of time. Probably 30 minutes of that is probably a waste of time at least, or maybe even 45 minutes is a waste of time. And then I start checking my emails, and usually sometimes I'll check them before, as soon as I wake up, just to see if any really important things happened while I was sleeping. But I'll check my emails, and then a lot of times I'll get a lot of checks, not checks, but like receipts, invoices, and stuff that I got to populate onto QuickBooks, and I'll do all those things throughout the day. But my first main goal in the morning, besides checking emails to figure out, because I get like sometimes I'll get hundreds of emails throughout the night. Sometimes it happens, unfortunately, and then I got to clean all that craziness up. So I'll do that, and then throughout the day, I'll try. Sometimes I'm not able to, but I'll try to clean up my email box. A lot of times I have to leave emails in there because the transactions will come later on down the road, maybe a couple of days later, or I'll have to wait on those, or whatever the case is. And then I work on my daily clients. All right, so my daily clients are companies that usually make 1 to 5 million a year in revenue. So not even revenue, I'm sorry, in income and net income. So I tend to work on those because they have a lot more transactions and some of them are more complicated than others. So I tend to work on those or try to work on those on a daily basis because if I don't, and I have a couple clients like this, if I don't work on every day, I will be bogged down with work. Okay, if I try to do it in one day, it's too difficult or too much work for me to try to do in one day and get caught up. It's really hard. Okay, and then after that, that usually stops around maybe 10 or 11, depending on how many transactions it is and the complexity of the transactions. Complexity, I mean by how much I got to split them up, if they need to be split up, because I know everybody's on this whole integration and this, you know, plug and play type thing, automation type stuff. But a lot of things I'm not able to do that because it's so specific and it varies every time I'm doing a transaction. So I have to be careful about that. I can't do a lot of integrations on some companies. Some companies I can, some companies I can't. If it's very specific, if it's exactly the same every time, then it's pretty easy to do a rule or something like that. But a lot of times you got to split these things up, these expenses or deposits up into like 5 or 6 different ways, and they could be different amounts each time. Okay, so that's something that takes a little bit of time to do. And then the rest of the day is if I have any book cleanups, I'll do those. Um, And I try to, when it comes to book cleanups, I'll try to do, or I try not to have more than I would say two two at a time, depending on the size of them. But with me, I have to plan my work way in advance, like sometimes a week in advance. I have to like start looking for clients, like put a lot more emphasis on looking for clients, maybe a week in advance before I need them, unfortunately. And sometimes I'm not able to do that, or I get lazy with it, and then I'll be able to see that the next week. Okay, so, but anyways, that's pretty much my entire work day. And then at the end of the day, I'll sometimes post on social media. I have been very lazy with that, and I'm not very consistent. That's my problem with posting on social media, is I'm not very consistent. But I need to be consistent. I need to push myself to be more consistent. That's why I'm doing all these videos today. I'm gonna try to start that. Do a lot of videos on one day, and then hopefully that'll up my consistency. Okay, so that's pretty much it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to know anything else about my uh, job and what you could do to make your life better in business as well. Anyways, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.